Hi, I'm Tom Copeland, Family Child Care Business Consultant in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm here with Linda Smith, who's the Executive Director of the National Association for Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies. And we want to talk a little bit about the child care field in general. What are some of the changes, significant issues that the field is going through right now?
Well, I think one of the biggest and most significant issues that the field is faced with right now are the workforce issues and the training and preparation of the workforce to do the jobs that they do every day. I think one of the things that we have learned through our organization's studies of this is that very few states have any training requirements for the workforce. Many states don't ever inspect them. They don't require background checks of the workers. And I want to put that in the context of what's going on nationally, because every week in the United States there are approximately 12 million children in some form of non-parental child care. So what happens to these children during that time does matter, and we know that. Why
is this an issue now more than in the past?
I think as we have implemented the requirements for No Child Left Behind in the United States, the public school system has come to understand that they are getting children at their doorsteps at kindergarten age that don't have some of the basic skills to really get along and to learn. And I think all of the pressure on the public schools in terms of accountability has forced them to look at what's coming into those schools, and it has brought front and center the issues surrounding early childhood that many of us have known for decades, but have really not, for whatever reason, gotten on the national agenda.
So what's your concern about that as we go forward?
Well, my concern is that right now in a time of economic downturn, which the country obviously is, there's been flat funding for child care for probably 10 years now. There's no money flowing into the system to improve the quality of it. It really is, the quality is being borne on the backs of the child care workers or parents. And I always point out that neither one of those is a real option, because we know from the work we've done that child care costs more than parents can afford to pay already. And we also know that child care workers are the second lowest paid group of workers in this country, second only to fast food. So you can't pay them any less, and parents can't pay any more. And so we're in this dilemma of how do we improve the quality of it without some sort of some infusion of public money. And public money is very scarce.
You mentioned this as a training issue within the child care center field. Is this the same for family child care?
Absolutely. When I say child care provider, I mean both. I mean, I don't think you can distinguish. Our goal is to ensure that a child, no matter where he is getting a high quality experience. And I think you can't say that centers, family child care homes, or if he's being cared for by a relative or a friend and neighbor, all of those settings should be meeting the needs of children.
And so the same training concerns that you have with the center folks is the same with family child care?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so what do you think is the role that FirstChildren'sFinance could play in helping address some of this?
Well, I feel very strongly about FirstChildren'sFinance in that I am a real believer that better business practices lead to higher quality of care. And I think there's limited research that bears that out. So if family child care in particular, but centers as well, have good business practices, and when I say that, I mean things like contracts with parents, good understanding, expectation-wise from parents of what is expected of the child care provider, be it a center or a home provider, and vice versa. What does the center and the provider expect of the parents? If those things are spelled out in black and white, it's a better environment for everyone. So I think especially where FirstChildren'sFinance comes into, if the work that we do in terms of the loans and the business development and all that is tied to quality business practices, we stand to improve the quality of care right along with